Today I'm going to tell you the story of Yes God Yes, a 2019 American comedy drama film. This movie tells us a story of Alice, a Catholic high school student. Being struck in her strict and conservative surrounding, Alice struggles to suppress her emerging adolescent urges. To make matters even worse, her life takes a turn when she gives in to self-pleasuring, tempted by her conversation with a stranger in an AOL chat room. In the end, what really happened to Alice? Does she able to enjoy herself freely? Watch till the end to know the mind-blowing truth. There will be spoilers ahead, keep an eye out and be cautious. At the beginning of the movie, we are introduced to a young adolescent girl, Alice. Alice is a Catholic teenager, who is going through an unpredictable phase of her adolescence. Even though she is inexperienced in human harmonic sensations, Alice begins to succumb to these new urges. At her Catholic high school, Father Murphy instructs them that intercourse is sacred, and it must only be done after the marriage. But Alice is disturbed and struggles accepting it. What most astounds Alice is the realization that even pleasuring oneself is a sin, which she had never considered before. It doesn't help that her best friend, Laura, enjoys making fun of Alice's new urges, recalling the occasion when Alice requested her to replay the iconic Titanic lovemaking scene. Wade and his girlfriend, Heather, are among the other important characters at their Catholic high school. Unlike Alice, Wade and Heather are completely involved in the dogmatic teachings of their school. Then we see Mrs. Veda, a strict religious authoritarian, whose job is frequently scolding and reprimanding students who don't wear belts or have the improper haircut, or wear skirts that are just a millimeter too short. Later at evening, Alice returns home but finds it empty, because her parents have yet to arrive. To pass the time, she joins an AOL chat room, which is hosting a video game. Despite the fact that the site seems healthy and harmless, things take a turn for the worst, when one of the members contacts Alice directly, and sends her some very improper images. Because Alice is unfamiliar with these situations, she is perplexed. The man then asks her what she looks like, and Alice responds by sending a photo of her classmate Heather instead, much to the delight of her chatmate. Alice is just starting to investigate the topic of self-stimulation and touching herself, when she is abruptly interrupted by her mother, who has just returned home. The following day, the school is abuzz with a false rumor, claiming that Alice tossed the salad of a schoolmate, Wade. Alice denies this false accusation, before admitting that she does not even know what the phrase means. This rumor even reaches Mrs. Veda, and she refuses to let Alice serve at Mass. Later at evening, Alice confesses to Father Murphy her latest batch of sins, but excludes her racy talk with a stranger on AOL forum. She receives a penance of 20 prayers, provided to her to help her deal with these new and challenging sentiments, which she swiftly fulfills in the school chapel. Later on, in order to return to the path of righteousness, Alice decides to attend the Kirkus retreat, along with her friend Laura. When they reach the retreat ground, Laura is overjoyed to find that their resident popular girl, Nina, will also be there. Meanwhile, Alice meets Chris, a handsome football player, who is also a retreat leader. In the retreat, the boys and girls have separate lodgings, and Nina enters to confiscate each member's watch and cell phone. Instead of surrendering her phone, Alice hides it and claims she doesn't have one. As the retreat progresses, Chris and Alice are assigned to the same group, and the two of them begin to bond. On their first night, Alice unintentionally discovers that she may enjoy herself by vibrating her phone. She's having a great time, until she notices the cross inside the room. As she is reminded of the teachings, her enjoyment is rapidly replaced with strong feelings of shame and remorse. The next day, all the retreat members head to the woods, to gather some wood for the bonfire. On her way, Alice trips and falls, prompting Chris to pick her up and drive her to the clinic. Alice is having a great time being held by Chris, and she's also feeling fantastic within her pants. Afterwards, Alice rushes to her room to grab her phone, but as she is putting it back, Nina enters and confiscates it after hearing noises coming from the drawer. As a punishment, Father Murphy assigned her to cleaning tasks around the retreat house. One day, because of the frequent taunting she's getting over tossing Wade's salad, Alice went on to the AOL chat room to ask what it really meant. Unfortunately, before she can find it, Alice hears someone entering the room. She hurriedly shuts down the computer and leaves. However, unbeknownst to her, she had only managed to switch off the display, not the AOL chat room. The youngsters are then divided into groups, and Alice joins with Chris, who leads them in sharing a terrible experience they've recently had. Everyone else in Alice's group has a significant tragedy to discuss, but she doesn't have one to share. When she feels compelled to share something with the group, she fabricates a story about her dying dog. On the third day of the retreat, Father Murphy stands in the middle of the cafeteria to make an announcement, revealing that he has uncovered the AOL chat that Alice was on the previous time. Although Father Murphy realizes that no one will take responsibility, he pushes the unknown individual to come forward before the retreat concludes and reminds everyone that God watched what they did. Later, during customary confessions, Father Murphy confronts Alice about the rumor with Wade, and Alice is forced to deny the rumor's reality. As the word of Alice's alleged toss the salad becomes more widespread, she realizes it's gone too far, leaving Alice dissatisfied and trapped. During one of her lunchtime cleaning shifts, Alice confronts Wade and asks him about not doing anything about the rumors. Wade has a guilty look on his face, but he walks out of the cafeteria without admitting his fault or apologizing. Afterwards, while cleaning up Wade's meal plate, Alice notices Wade's bracelet, which bears the name of his girlfriend Heather. Later, while on her way to back of the kitchen to finish her cleaning, Alice notices Nina kissing someone and giving him the head. Alice, first startled, but begins to feeling aroused, rubs against the shaft of the mop she's holding, almost being caught by the older nun, but she manages to stop just in time. Alice subsequently tells her friend Laura about what she saw, but because Laura idolizes Nina, she is hesitant to trust anything that would harm her idol's reputation. Instead, she is enraged by Alice's charge, so Laura resolves to quit their friendship, claiming that she is tired of being friend with a lunatic. Afterwards, Alice resolves to act out, because she is frustrated and feels powerless in the world around her. To frame Wade for the previous AOL chat incident, she put the Wade's bracelet beneath Father Murphy's computer keyboard. As Alice is attempting to flee, Father Murphy enters the office, forcing her to seek refuge in the storage room. Alice is appalled when she sees Father Murphy pull out a horny video of a man and a woman, doing it on top of a car with graffiti. Alice has no choice but to stay in the storage room, till the father completes his thing. Following that, Alice goes outside for some fresh air, where she runs into Chris again. The two of them settle down on a seat, with Chris worldly asking if she's okay, and Alice is just about ready to let go of the spinning uncertainty inside her head. Alice kisses him, but he becomes overwhelmed and runs away. Later that evening, the retreat gathers around a beautiful campfire to sing worship hymns. Alice, on the other hand, is not in the mood for any of this. She looks about at her classmates and teachers, and feels both exhausted and empty, seeing them all engrossed in their own little worlds. Alice takes advantage of the opportunity to disappear into the night, and wander around the town until she finds a lesbian club. The bar's owner, Gina, is very nice to her, and lets her bartender offer her a free drink. This experience leaves a lasting impression on Alice, since she's finally in a place that doesn't judge her harshly for being a human. Gina then tells her a story about how she used to be a devoted Catholic in high school, and how she was guilted and shamed for the smallest of transgressions. There was even a time when she thought she was going to hell because she ate her grandmother's gumdrops. Alice is relieved to learn how ridiculous things can get. After her drink, Gina offers Alice a ride back to the retreat, and advises her to attend college on the East or West Coast, where she will be exposed to a less rigorous environment. After spending a wonderful time with her, Alice finally asks Gina about what tossing the salad means. After hearing what it is, they both share a laugh. On the last day of the retreat, Father Murphy confronts Wade, and Wade receives the punishment for the AOL chat incident. In a gender reveal party, rumors fly like wildfire and Laura soon learns the truth. Laura then apologizes to Alice, and the two of them rekindle their friendship. As the retreat draws to a close, Father Murphy summons all of the attendees to a whole group sharing session. Alice takes the podium and declares that every one of them is hiding stuff they're not proud of, but all should still be honest and treat one another with respect rather than shaming each other. Alice finishes her statement by stating that this is exactly what Jesus desired. Back at school, Alice returns to Father Murphy's confession room later, but this time she confesses that she witnessed someone doing it on the video. She then goes on to say that the video shows a man and a woman doing it on top of a car covered in graffiti. Father Murphy's face contorts in surprise, as he realizes Alice knew his sins. Alice finishes her confession by asking if God will forgive her even if she commits such sins, to which he replies that it is between her and God. Father Murphy gives her a heavier penance of 100 prayers, but instead of praying, she returns home and watches her favorite Titanic love scene. Soon Alice starts to touch herself, and discovers the vibrating gadget beside her. She then goes on to use it, and for the first time, Alice is able to enjoy herself without